So, get a lot of requests on how to contend with calf issues. And this young lady has strained her calf muscle. We're not absolutely sure why or how, but I'm going to go through and do what I typically do when I have to deal with something like this for one of my clients. For starters, I'm going to do a little looking around. You can use a little bit of this, see it, rock floss, excuse me, rock sauce as a lubricant. And then I'm going to use my little blade here to scan around and see what we can find. What I'm looking for is potentially some adhesions or some disruption in the facial material. And we know something's going on, and we're just going to see if we can relieve the pain. So for starters, now that I got everything pretty well lubed up, I'm just going to start making my way up here. Am I finding something? No? Okay. Right now I'm pretty much in the center of the belly of the calf, and I'm finding a little stuff. See if we can get your toes up like that. Talk to me. Let me know if you find something. A little something in here. Ooh. Warmer? Getting warmer?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm feeling a little bit of adhesion, I guess, right in here. And right up in here. So it's starting to get warmer, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to continue to go further up and see. Yeah. A lot of times the pain may present further up or further down. So you want to make sure that you don't just try to focus on where the pain is. You want to go up and downstream, because sometimes it could be that something that is tight here is creating issues here, or vice versa. So always kind of look up and down. She was suggesting that while she's running, whoa, Nellie, you feel this?
Yeah.
Whoa. All right, so I've just discovered that on the opposing side, right in here, there is just, oh my God, a ton of adhesion in here. Feel that?
Yeah.
Is it painful?
A little bit.
But not crazy?
Not crazy.
So now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to help align these fibers. I saw you jump. Right in here? Right about here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is exactly what I was talking about. I'm going to try to move this camera around to get a better view. So, she's presenting with some issues right up in here. I mean, you can almost see my finger fall into a divot right in this area here. So, I'm not going to be too crazy. I'm not going to put too much stress on it right here. But we're going to try to see if we can smooth that connective tissue out a little bit. I could feel your foot jump, so I know when you're not happy. Wow. A lot of it going all the way down this medial aspect of your shin and calf here, right in there, right there. Wow. Yeah, very lumpy, she says. Yeah, we want it to be smooth like this, and boy, oh boy, oh boy. But you notice it's getting better. Can you tell?
Yeah.
So essentially what's happening here is a lot of these speed bumps, these adhesions, are starting to soften up. And I'm not putting a ton of pressure on there. I'm not hurting you, right?
No.
We're getting a lot of headway here. Starting to notice all of this is starting to calm down. See, if you'd done this 2 days ago, you wouldn't have had pain. This is like if you don't pull the thorn out of your foot, then you're going to limp until that thorn finally comes out and gets a chance to heal. This is what's going on here. You can stop running, you can back off work, avoid the thing completely, but it's not changing until all this starts to mellow out. You notice how much smoother this is getting?
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Little something still up in here. All right. Okay, so we're off the blade, and I'm just going to try to take down some of the rock sauce, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little flossing, rock floss. So we want to see if we can move some of the inflammation out of this area and further extend the ability for the fascia to slide. And the flossing is a great treatment. Now, a lot of people that I work with don't have a blade like I do, or may not even be comfortable using it. So in the absence of that, the flossing is really good one-stop shopping. Now, you can see I'm pulling away really, really far to get a lot of tension. And I really want to be specific to that area. So I'm going to really put the tension on that spot, not so much on this spot, and then work my way up the leg that way. And you can see that I'm overlapping about 50%. Like that. Boy, look at that bicep. You could literally see, put your leg a little bit. You could literally see how it's puckering. I've really moved a lot of the edema out of that area. You can see it's pocketing up in here. Okay, so now that I've got everything pretty well wrapped, very tight, we're going to mobilize. So, step back a little bit so you can see this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flex her foot, dorsiflex and plantar flex her foot, draw back. Let me know if you're in pain. You okay?
Yeah.
And all I'm trying to do is mechanize that fascia. And we're going to try to further improve the range of motion and just free up that fascia that was bound up the way it was. Okay, now typically what you want to do is never go beyond 2 minutes. And because I have her on the table, I'm physically mobilizing her. If she was doing this for herself, what she could do is basically go through some drills, standing, touch your toes, flex onto your toes, up and back, mobilize the feet in circular fashion, and just really just try to encourage the fascia to slide. Now that that's been done, what we're going to do is we're going to sequentially encourage the blood flow to come back. And the blood flow is going to encourage healing. So, same thing again, just want to mobilize. How's it feel now?
Good.
Better?
Yeah.
Like this hurt before?
Yeah.
Does that hurt now?
No.
So, she had suggested earlier that if she pointed her toes this way, that she would have pain. She no longer has pain here. All right. So, that was compression. I'm going to go the full gamut. Normally, I would not expect people to do this on their own, but I really like these toys, and I've really found that I get a lot of yardage when I use these. So these are the rock pods. Black ones represent larger. And what I want to do is I want to further reduce inflammation, and I also want to further encourage space between the facial layers. So I'm really going down that same line that I was on earlier. And I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see these cups. So these cups are snug. And we're basically separating those facial layers and allowing the hyaluronic acid to flow back between the layers so things smooth, basically like WD-40 to lubricate that material. And I'm tugging on these because I'm just actually trying to separate space between the facial layers. Let everybody get happy in there again. And that is about all we need to do there. All right, now what I want to do is, let's call this phase 3. Am I in phase 2, 3? That was 3. We're going to go to phase 4. So we're going to tape. So I'm going to run the tape down here, which is going to further decompress. And this is the go home thing. So putting the tape on is going to help to encourage some of the treatment that I've just offered her up, and it's going to last. It's going to be the gift that's going to keep on giving. I'm very suspicious of what's going on with the foot. This stuff just doesn't happen by itself. I think there's some inhibition when she's landing during her run that's causing to load up the Achilles and calf region up in here. And just collectively over time, it's just starting to become a nuisance. So I'm going to start all the way down here. I want to go right into the arch of her foot. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tag it. You can see that I have not laid down the end of the tape. And then I'm going to start to apply stretch. You can see that I'm stretching the tape. And then I'm tracing right straight over the area that I was working. And I'm still stretching about, I don't know, 60%, something like that, until I get towards the end of the tape. And you never want to stretch completely to the end of the tape because that just irritates the skin. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay it down. So this is regional stretch we've got going on here. And then same thing on this side. Just going to lay it down. And once you've got the tape down, you want to rub it to cause the glue to adhere better. That way the tape will last longer. Incidentally, the rock sauce works as a good emollient initially to pull some of the oils and such off the skin so that the tape will stick and hold for a longer period of time. That way you don't have to waste your money. And because I'm really curious to see if we can get a little bit more action through the calf here, I'm going to put one more strip. So I'm going to further encourage this line of thinking by just setting that tape right next to that one. This time I'm going to cross over a little further, and you can see the tape's pretty malleable so that I can actually make this turn and come right up the belly of the calf, like that. Now, some might say, professionals in the industry might say this is overkill, and it may be, but I'd rather to be a little bit more than a little bit less. And then what I'm going to do, this stuff works very nicely to soak through the tape, and actually works to, the active ingredient in this is capsaicin. It's going to help to heat the material, draw blood flow. It's kind of an irritant, and it's going to warm up. It's going to feel real good. I guess the blend of this sauce works very nicely with the tape. Doesn't cause the glue to come loose. And that's it. Okay, just for grins, feel better, feel worse? Flex your foot.
Better. It doesn't hurt when I flex it.
So compared to the way it felt when you came in, just be honest with me.
It feels a lot better.
Okay, so let's go from 1 to 10. 10 being, oh my God, this is really killing me. Where are we now?
4, and it was like an 8.
8 before. So we've basically cut the discomfort in half. I'll take that all day long.